What's
All
up,
right.
big bro? How you doing,
What's
man?
happening, man? What's happening? Happy Sunday to you.
Thank you, man. You get shipped off to Huntsville. What was the first unit they sent you to?
George Beto in Tennessee Colony, a straight war zone. Anything go, everything go. Your homeboy's your enemy. Your enemy's your friend. You got to remember, man, this is 9091. I stayed on Beto for right at 3 years.
Three
And then I,
years.
I was a little bit different, man, bro, because when I got down there, I had a plan. Plan was, if school's free, I'm gonna go get my GED. You know what I mean? I'm gonna get my college. I'm gonna get some college. I'm gonna get my trades. Anything to keep me semi-humanized. I
Right.
don't. I don't want to become an animal, bro, and keep my mind out of the gutter. This is my third trip down there, bro. I
Okay.
didn't learn shit the first two times because I didn't apply
Right.
myself to learn shit. I wasn't
Gotcha.
there long enough to learn shit.
So within a year, about a year or so from being there, though, you start to get involved in prison gang, though.
A dude came to me, man. He was watching me all the time, and I thought something strange with him. So I jammed him one day in the gym. You know what I mean? Bro, why you always watching me? He's like, bro, I'm just checking you out, man. I see you don't mess with nobody, blah, blah. And then he told me about what he represented because everybody was trying to get somebody. And I decided, man, really, I liked the name. At first, it was kind of catchy, the Mandingo Warriors. At the time, man, they was Afrocentric. I had to get initiated in, but my initiation was a little bit different from everybody else's initiation. Them folks put a knife in my hand. You know what I'm
Right. Right.
saying?
So you had to put in work for initiation.
Yeah, you put in you're gonna put in some work.
Okay.
You
So
know
you
what I
went to the
mean?
Michaels unit next.
Yeah,
So when you get to Michael's unit, you run into one of our homeboys from back in the day, dude that kind of
yeah.
inspired me to start lifting.
Talking about Mr. OG Paul Harvey.
OG.
He was in the kitchen. Saw him. I'm like, damn, that sure look like my partner. So I looked over. I walked. I said, man, you out of Houston, bro? He's like, Scott. I'm like, yeah, man. What's happening? He's like, man, bro, what you doing here? I'm time. I'm doing
A lot
time.
of time. You had mentioned before that y'all had to do some yard cleanup at Michael's.
Man, the snitching it got so out of control, bro. When you sell some weed to a dude and then the officer brings you back your weed and tells you, man, what he told such, you like, what? Your whole transaction came full circle right back to you.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? So I was talking to a cat, man. He had a bunch of influence with the Crip cats, right? He's like, man, we need to do something about this shit. We all have a problem. Everybody has a problem with these people snitching. He's like, man, can you talk to your people and see what they got to say? I talked to, part of the council, which I was on, and explained to them what the situation was. And the first thing they said, well, how can we benefit out of this? I said, man, well, we got to go to the white dudes and the Mexicans, man. It can't be just us. It's got to be everybody. If they say yeah and they're on board, and if they don't do it, then we go to war. That's plain and simple. Look, man, we started cleaning up. They were knocking on people's doors at 2 o'clock in the morning, telling them they was on special chain. They started doing our job for us.
Mm. Wow.
Putting the folks on the bus.
Yeah. Yeah. Sending them out, man, because they knew it was
Sending them
coming
out.
anyway. What do you think was the craziest attack or anything like that you saw or encountered, man, that just really blew your mind?
Got to Beto. I saw one of the baddest riots I've ever seen. I'd never been in no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? When I came to work, I knew something was wrong. Off the rip, my spider sense went off. For one, everybody was sitting down in the day room. You could hear the TVs, and everybody had boots on. And I'm like, man, everybody got steel toes on, bro. Me and my coworker, man, we're tripping because on closed custody, you can't never hear the TV. I said, man, you see this shit? He's like, yeah, man. He said, man, we need to go to lunch. It's an eerie quiet, like one of them kind of quiets and one of them in one of them scary movie quiets. The laws are acting like they don't know what the hell's going on. Anytime the Mexicans get into it, the white dudes are gonna ride with them. Anytime the white dudes get into it, unless they're going against the Mexicans gonna get into it. But this was a racial riot, black versus white with Mexicans. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It was a Muslim dude that got into it with one of the white dudes. He fought the white dude, and the white dude kind of handled him. So he could accept being handled. So he went to his partner. So his partner went out there and handled the white dude. Well, the Mexican dude was cool with the white dude. He get in it, and he's affiliated. But my boy, he went over to dudes like, man, you got a problem with us or something? And old boy's like, what you talking about? And he just fired off on him. And when he fired off on him, all hell broke loose, bro. They shot so much gas in this shit, man, that when the shit finally settled down, it was like a 6-inch cloud of tear gas on the floor. That's just everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how many people you think was involved in that, man?
The whole damn wing. Matter of fact, both close custody wings. give or take about 230 people.
So what was the aftermath, man, on that?
A bunch of people came out there, some bitch head bust open, puncture wounds, all kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Broke
wow.
jaws. You know what I mean? Yeah, those are man. Nobody got spared, bro. A couple people got ambulance and had one dude. Yeah, one dude got life flighted.
Is that
was-
right?
Yeah.
Damn.
I talked to this one officer, man, and I told him, man, he was a new dude, and I kept telling him, I said, man, bro, stop trying to be somebody that you're not, man. Just relax, chill, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, I'm winning. I'm gonna bust some heads. I'm gonna do this, that. I said, man, be careful what you ask for, bro. My grandfather told me one time, grandson, whatever you looking for, you can dance and believe is looking for you too.
Yeah.
Whether it be good or bad.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And he kept fucking around with them dudes, and one day they caught him like in the middle of the run, and he couldn't go back and he couldn't go forward. They threw his ass off the run.
Wow.
This was cop. They threw a cop off the run.
So how far?
He was on 2 road, luckily. He was on 2 road instead of being on 3 road. Yeah, but he was fucked up.
What do you think's the craziest weapon you ever saw, man? I mean, anything.
Yeah, zip guns. You had dudes were making fucking explosives and shit.
Is that right, man? Bombs and shit. Damn.
The crazy shit I saw was but man, this dude, man made a fucking samurai. He made a katana out of some stainless steel because we were working in the metal fab at the time.
Oh damn! So they wasn't keeping good eye on the metal shop and stuff. Huh?
I had a high pressure hose packed with petroleum jelly and put slugs in it, and then turn the pressure on, and
you could shoot it out.
It put a hole in that tin like this.
Damn.
The metal fab and that packing plant, that was a dangerous son gun. The packing plant, every son bitch in there got a knife. Every son bitch in there
basically got a knife factory, a sword factory going on,
yeah,
right?
You know what I mean? So you got dudes in there making, I'm talking about some medieval type shit. These folks got hammers and axes and shit.
You just have to assume that everybody's got full weaponry. So people thinking they just gonna go throw hands and whatnot, they're mistaken, man. I mean,
look, everybody in penitentiary can't fight, bro.
Right.
Contrary to popular belief.
Same as a street, though.
You know what I mean? Everybody can't fight, bro. That's just like, some people walk up on a dude and they think, oh, this little punk, woo-woo, and this dude's Bruce Lee. Then you got some of these cats, man, they look like King Kong, and
can't bust a grape.
They can't bust a grape with Godzilla boots on, tap dancing to Hano music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got, man, bro, we used to make all kind of crazy shit in there. And then one time I got down there, got cooked in that motherfucker. I was high, I was drunk, and it was cold. And I said, I'm gonna go sit over there in the heater in the paint shop.
Yeah.
I said, just wake me up before they turn the son bitch on, right?
Oh man, come on, man.
So man, I'm in that son bitch and I didn't fell asleep, bro. Something kept telling me, man, bro, get up. It's me.
I started to feel the heat.
I'm sweating and shit. I'm like, oh fuck, get out here. And I'm like, wait a minute, hot? What? And I snapped. I'm in the fucking heater. Man, I got up, man, and seen fire everywhere. Man, what
man.
The thing is, my boy, he left to go do something and forgot I was in there. And nobody else knew I was in there but him.
Oh, man, that's wild, man.
Almost cooked Negro.
Man, they making Scott kebabs and stuff.
Yeah, man.
Okay, so from Michael's unit, where'd you go from there?
Back to Beto.
So you went back to Beto.
Really, they shipped everybody that was on 7 building, all the gang members.
Okay.
Supposedly.
Okay,
but it was still El Fulio over there.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Was there any high profile events or things like that, like escapes or guards attacked? It was made big stuff that really stand out in your mind.
I was on Beto, man, with the dude I went to Gulf Coast Trade Center with. He had two life sentences stacked.
Okay.
And he decided he didn't want to be there no more. And we were both working out in the mechanic shop. I got so cool with Mr. Teal, the officer that was over the mechanic shop. I could go get the keys to a van, and since Beto was so big, I could drive inside the gate around the unit. So I used to drive around back by Seg because I could pick up Magic 102 in the morning, bring me a shot of coffee, what I mean, smoke me a joint, and just chill. And then Mr. Teal, he could call me over the radio and say, hey man, Scott, I need you at the shop, and I'd come back. Well, I'm sitting there one day, I'm listening to Magic 102, I'm blowed, and I hear it come over the radio. We got one running. I'm like, one running. And they say the name, and then I hear Mr. Till come over the thing. I'm about 3 minutes out. The son bitch ran on me. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh shit. So, I shoot back to the shop, right? I get to the shop, same time Mr. Till gets there. I look at Mr. Till like, man, what's up? He said, man, that motherfucker ran on me, bro. I said, you serious? He said, yeah, man. He said, I didn't even know he was in the basket. Because what happened is there was a basket truck that the timing was thrown off. And the dude he had working on it, Gidry, was bad with, man, he's a badass mechanic. Well, Gidry had it running where it would run, but then you get so far out, the time would throw. So it go to backfire and sit and would give him enough time to escape, because he'd been watching them and they never check the baskets to the basket truck. They check underneath it, they check all the side, but they never check inside the baskets. So he fixed the truck, hit inside the basket, gonna take it out and give it to Tennessee County. There's nothing but fields out there. There's only one way you can run. If you don't know which way you're going, you're gonna run into a penitentiary. And Gidry picked the wrong way. He ran, but he picked the wrong way.
Man.
For like 6 hours, he's running around in circles. He's going from one penitentiary to another. They had the Texas Rangers and all the folks come out. Then I got to Robinson unit, and Roland ran, and it's the same time he ran. That's when that song by Lenny Kravitz came out.
I Want to Get Away.
Yeah. So every time that song come on, everybody be like, run, Roland, run.
Oh, that's good, man.
It was crazy, man. We stayed on lockdown. We did like 60 days behind that shit. Now look, when I get to Plus unit, they finally decide they because people start acting like they had some sense, they started giving us movie nights, right? Mm-hmm. So you can go to the movie at the Chaplain, and they had like these orange little bands that let you know if you lived in the dorms or whatever, right? So what they did, they put a little orange cuffling on the thermals. They just rolled it up and stitched it, and it looks like the band. So these dudes went to the Chaplain, go outside towards the dorms, and try to jump the fence. At first, it sounded like firecrackers going off.
It was lighting them up.
Everybody's like, man, it ain't the 4th of July. And I said, man, them ain't firecrackers. Man, that's guns. Then you heard the gauge, boom, 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 boom. They really fucked up, because technically, you did not escape the unit until your foot touches the other side of the fence. As long as your foot don't touch on the ground, you haven't escaped yet. And they shot them people.
Man, they killed them?
They didn't kill them, but they wish they were dead, because it wasn't worth it.
Did you ever see them dudes again?
Yeah.
Is that right? And they was in bad shape, huh?
Well, they wheeled they stupid ass down the hallway. I was in the kitchen. They killed my homeboy Detroit behind a cigarette deal. It's just that the shipment was slow. It wasn't that he was trying to jack the people, because he wasn't a punk trying to join a gang, and put a knife in his hand and told him, man, if you want to be down with us, you got to get him. Yeah, so Detroit came in, the white dude like, man, what's up? And Detroit like, man, hold up, man, let me get to the back, man, I got you. He was trying to go to the back so he can get cut out of it, because he had it all around him. He wanted to get it cut out so he can give him their stuff. Dude jumped on him when he was on his way to the back and cut his damn head off.
Damn, man.
They had a lady there named Miss Pierce. We used to call her Mama Pierce. She cried. She said, man, don't let him die like that. Don't let him die like that. Y'all do something. And the killing part is, he had it on him when the dude cut his head off. He didn't give a chance to let him get it to it. Detroit had just seen his wife and his daughter, and he was on his way home. He had like 30 days before he went home.
Man. Oh man, that's horrible. That's horrible, man.
That was foul, bro. And that started a riot. That started a race riot.
Oh man.
They had a riot in Chow. People getting hit with pitchers, and that steel that they got in here, man. That slaying steel. You bounce somebody off that the right kind of way, you're gonna hurt them.
You get over to Pulaski. Seeing as they were housing death row there, was the atmosphere any different?
Yeah, death row had all the damn money. That's right. My dad in Jamaica from the penitentiary. Yeah, some say you're a phone. Just say, for instance, we're in population. I charge you $500 for a track phone, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, that same track phone I can take back to the death row. I can charge them $2,500 for it, and they're gonna buy it. It's a whole nother world.
In the early 2000s, man, I find out that you're over there. Shoot you a little letter, man, start writing you. You end up sending me portrait done of me and my
Yeah,
favorite
man.
dog, Bo. Tell me a little bit about how you got that done, man.
I was trying to figure out how to show some appreciation to a person that hadn't forgotten me, man. When I really needed some encouragement, bro, you did. Cause I mean, you was like, man, I got you, I got you. And I said, man, only thing I want, man, just send me my Michigan Wolverine report. You know, and you did, man. Yeah, I'm telling everybody, man, this is my partner right here. This is my partner. Then you sent me the picture of you and the dog. And I'm sitting there, I said, man, I told my seller at the time, who's an artist, he's blind, he can't see. You can put a middle finger in his face 2 inches. He couldn't see. He had to go get all kind of glasses and lights and shit. And this man had like 3-4 magnifying glass. I said, man, this would be a badass picture. He said, man, I'll draw it, man. All you got to do, you give me the board, give me some pencils, and give me some coffee. And I said, that's it? He said, you already feed me, so I ain't worried about that. He said, man, I got you. Bro, he would spend days just trying to get the dog hair right, or get your eyebrow right, or get your mustache right.
Oh, man, it's insane, man. My tattoos, man, down to even my wife's name on my arm.
I watched you come to life.
And so how long you think it took him to do it, man?
It took him about a year. When he got off closed custody and came up the hallway, he sent it to me. I didn't even sweat him about it.
He said that you supplied all the supplies, you supplied the picture, and you also supplied the threats to get it finished. Every time I see that picture, man, I'm just at all like, it's amazing. It's probably one of the nicest things anybody's ever given me, man. You know, and you sent that from behind the wall, man. I mean, that's nuts.
I did it, and I asked him to treat you like you family, because you my family.
I noticed even your writing became more positive, making a change, man.
That's what happens when you allow God to do what he does, bro. At that time, I was going through Purpose Driven Life Extreme, PDLX. I was going through Celebrate Recovery. I was going through Voyager. I was taking any kind of class that was faith-based that I could. I grew up in the church, and I got away from it because I felt like, man, God wouldn't want nobody like me. But I was so wrong, because God wants people like me. He wants people like all of us because we have a story to tell. Instead of hurting people, my mission now is to try to help people.
Well, so you mentioned Kingdom Brawlers, man. Tell me a little bit about that and how you got involved with Kingdom Brawlers.
At first, I was mad at the Kingdom Brawlers because they got all the good stuff. They got to watch movies and eat popcorn and free world food and shit like that, right? So I wanted part of it. The Kingdom Brawlers was a pilot program designed to stop the violence on the unit, because the unit was so violent.
Got you.
If you Crip, Blood, Mandingo, Folk, Mexican Mafia, Texas Syndicate, White Knight, Aryan Circle, whatever you were, we get you in the gym. We're going to give you some physical competitions, but we're going to give you a teaspoon of God. We're going to sprinkle God in, and then we're going to let God do what he do. But I'm going to show you movies. I'm going to feed you, and I'm going to show you that, man, you are important to everybody. You important to us. And then the same people that you don't like, I'm going to put you on the same team with them. Now you're going to have to work with your enemy, or you're supposed to be enemy. And now your enemy's not your enemy no more. Your enemy now becomes, that's your frat brother. Man, God is so good, bro. I had internal bleeding. I was dying. They sent me all the way to Galveston. I had like 2 blood transfusions, all kind of different shit. They thought they fixed it because my blood levels had evened out. They sent me back on the chain, and I had a relapse. They were trying to send me to Galveston, and Galveston wouldn't accept me because they didn't have any room.
Wow, man.
The lady said, man, this dude is dying. So she called the doctor. The doctor said, call Conroe Regional and see if they'll accept him. When they got me there, they find the bleed, which was in between where your esophagus and your stomach meet. There's a little curve like deal, but a blood vessel had busted right there, and it was pouring blood into my intestines, into my system. It was killing me. And they scheduled me for emergency surgery. When I had passed away, bro, for however long I was gone, I felt like I didn't see no white light. There was no white light, nothing like that. It was a wave pool, bro. I was in a wave pool. The temperature was perfect. I'm talking about everything was absolutely perfect. It wasn't hot, wasn't cold. It was so peaceful, bro. It was so peaceful, man. I just asked God, I said, man, if this is it, man, just please take care of my children, man. And just take care of my kids, man. If you calling me home, so be it. And I heard a voice, man. It wasn't no thou shall. It was just that he said, look, man, check this out. I need you to do something for me. And then he asked me, he said, will you do it? And I said, yeah, what is it? He said, man, tell people about me. And I said, that's it? He said, that's it. I said, yeah, I can do that. And then it was like a vacuum seal. Pop. And I came back, the lady was in my chest, breathe. And I took my, and she's like, man, don't you do that again. I said, what's that? She said, you were gone. I said, man, I can't go nowhere. My daughter killed me. And I had 2-day recovery. And then they shipped me back to my unit. When I come through the back door, a partner of mine named Smokey out of Temple, he's leaving. His name is Daniel Hernandez. He said, man, everybody said you were dead. I said, well, no, I ain't dead, Smoke. He said, man, I'm going home. I said, man, all right, bro, take it easy. Like, all right, bro, I'm glad you're alive. I appreciate it. I'm glad I'm not dead. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the Free World Hospital, they had to take me off of account. Everybody was calling, trying to figure out what's going on. Because I was off count, they assumed I had passed away. I had passed on. They have church on Saturday and Sunday. When I got to Saturday service, a brother named Sloan, Andre Sloan, he had heard that I had passed away. He got up in front of the church and he said, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus, man, that my boy ain't dead. And he told me, I've never seen one person galvanize everybody. So what are you talking about? He said, man, you had the Muslims praying for you. You had the Catholics praying for you. You had the Wiccas praying for you. I got up in front of the church. I said, I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for your prayers and so forth and so on. And since that day up until right now, sometimes somewhere during the day, I kept my word to God. I've been able to talk to somebody.
Tell somebody, huh?
Yeah, tell somebody how good God is.
How many years do you think you went to parole and were denied?
I started coming up from parole in 2003.
So for 6 times you were denied parole. And so I remember reading a man denied gang activity, violence. They had it all listed,
all
man.
Kind of crazy
they had everything listed. Finally, man, you started to make your change. Your attitude's different, man. You was like, hey, man, that's just how it is. I'm following what God's plan is, and no matter what, it's gonna work out. So come up August of 2017, you go to parole. How did that meeting go?
The commissioner I saw had the lowest parole rate in the state. He wouldn't let nobody go. I needed his vote. See, I had 1 vote for me, 2 against me. Bro, this is the only person I couldn't get a read on him. Looking at him, it's stone, period. And everything you say, he's writing down, just looking at you. He asked me a question, man. He said, if I do let you out, what would you do? And I gave my answer that I guess he ain't heard before. I don't know. I haven't been home. Do I want to do wrong? No, I don't want to do wrong. I'm not going to do wrong. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. I've been gone 27 years. I don't know what I can and can't do. But if you're asking me, do I have a desire to go out there and commit another crime or no, I don't. If anything, I want to go out there and help somebody that was like me before they become me, which means I would love to work with the youth. I would love to go get in a good church and help them in the youth ministry. I would love to do anything that'll stop a person from having to go through what I went through.
Right.
People glamorize gangsterism, but there's only 2 things that happen to a gangster, bro: penitentiary or death. That's it. I've done both, and it wasn't cool. You know what I mean? It wasn't cool.
So how did he react to that, man?
The only thing he said is, we'll be in touch. Man, this was crazy. Now, here we go again. This is some spiritual stuff going on right here. I'm laying in my bunk. There's an old white dude that lives next door to me. He woke up in the middle of the night one night, man. He looked over. He said, man, you going home, bro? I said, what? He said, man, God just told me, man, you going home. And I said, Mr. Stillwell, you tripping, bro. You know what I'm saying? There you go. He said, I'm telling you, you finna go home. I said, okay, Mr. Stillwell, that's cool. Appreciate you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah.
Appreciate you. Church comes. They got this lady preacher comes in. This lady doesn't know me from the man on the moon. I didn't sit in my same spot. I sat in a whole nother section. She was walking down. She said, where, God? Where? And she pointed at me. She said, him? She said, baby, come here. I said, ma'am. She said, what's your name? I said, Scott. She said, you about to go home and you about to do some great things. And I was like, okay. All right. Because
appreciate
okay, appreciate you. And then she told me, she said, man, after service, I need to talk to you. She prayed with me. She told me, she said, you might think I'm playing, but get yourself ready, baby. You finna go home real soon. I'm like, ma'am, I got 50 years. She said, I understand, but God said, you about to go home. 50 years ain't nothing to God. God is not a respecter of time. When God says it's time for you to go, there's not man, creature, anything else that's gonna stop him from opening that door. And whatever door he opens, ain't no man gonna close. Whatever door he closed, ain't no man gonna open. They called me back up front to parole. I'm like, man, what's up? She's like, you got your parole plan ready? I said, yeah, I already gave it to you. I said, well, what's going on? She said, you got an FI1. I said, what? What? FI1 means I can go home anytime from now until 30 days. I get to Huntsville, bro. I'm tripping so bad. I'm so scared that I'm tripping, bro. People don't really understand. They're like, man, I wouldn't be scared, bro. For 27 years, you've basically been told what to do. And then all in one day, you're about to leave a situation that you've been in for 27 years, eventually to a whole new situation where I can go where I want to go. I can talk to who I want to talk to. I don't have to worry about channel checks. I don't have to worry about commissary. I don't have to worry. You know what I'm saying? I'm going home.
And now you have to provide for yourself too. I got to have
Yeah.
my own food. I got to find my own everything. It's a
whole nother ball game. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to have a monitor and everything, bro. You know what I mean? I'm standing in line with the people with the monitor. The lady looked at me like I'm crazy. She said, what's your name? I said, Scott. I think I'm supposed to have a monitor. She said, no, baby. You had a monitor.
Man.
I'd have called your name for a monitor. No, you in the wrong line, baby.
That's
you over
wild,
there.
Man.
You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
So I went over there and the dude's like, what size you wear? I'm 5X. He said, no, free world. What free? I said, man, I don't know what.
I don't know what free world 5X. I wore 5X when I left.
I don't know, man. They closed me out. They didn't give me no clown clothes. They dressed me out pretty decent. Some Dickies.
Oh, that's good, man.
They dressed me out in Dickies. I'm at the bus stop in Huntsville. Dude comes over like, hey, man, anybody need to make a phone call, man? I'm like, yeah, I need to make a phone call. He's like, man, you got $5? I'm like, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Phone calls $5.
$5 for a phone call?
Yeah.
He's like, how long do you do? I said, 27 years. He said, man, use the phone, bro.
Yeah, man, you could. This was on me, huh?
Yeah, so he give me the phone. I'm used to track phones, but I don't know nothing about these razors and stuff like that.
Yeah,
so I'm looking at the phone like, you know, like it's. He looked at me, started laughing. He said, bro, I said, man, I don't know about no phones, bro. Some kind of way they had some kind of crap happen on with the bus. So I'm looking around like, man, I'm not finna sit here in Huntsville. You know what I'm saying? So they got the little cab like deal, right? I was like, I mean, how much it cost to go to Houston? He said $20. I went and got changed and say, man, I'm going to Houston. Anybody else going? And a couple of dudes like, man, yeah. So he jumped in with me, man. We split down the middle, man. We head on to Houston.
Just adjusting besides the phones and everything. How did things change? How hard was it to adjust after 27 years, man?
I swear, man, I was a hermit. Like for the first week, I was scared. I stayed in the room.
Is that right?
Yeah, she's like, are you gonna come out the room anytime? I'm like, I'm good. There's a TV in here. I'm
all right. I'm good.
You ever seen how the dogs have been in the cage so long and you open the cage and they peek their head out?
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah.
That's how it was. She'd ask me to go to the store and I was on straight panic mode going to the store. I was panicking. My partner fam, he took me to Walmart and that was the scariest. That was scary, bro. That was a terrifying moment for me. And I'm man, bro, I was tripping, man.
Yeah. When you went away, man, I don't remember really being no Walmart. There was Kmart and stuff like that, but wasn't no Walmart. Damn, man. It wasn't even no Walmart in Houston when you went away, huh?
As far as Kmart Super Center.
Big, right. Nothing like that.
Had it. I mean, God blessed me with my wife, man. You know, and she's been a godsend because the first thing came out of my mouth when we met, man, will you take me to church?
Wow, that's awesome, man.
I know that God has a plan and a purpose for me, right? And I know that He has a plan and purpose for us all.
If you could say anything to some youngsters or somebody that's starting to get into criminal activity, trying to be a little gangster or heading down the wrong path, man, what would you tell them?
Stop and think. Stop and think. See, a lot of time we do things and we're not thinking about the consequences of our actions, brother. Just because you get away with it once or twice, you're not getting away with it. It's just not your time yet. And then when you do go down the path like that and they say, you know, unfortunately, you might hurt somebody, bro. You're not just hurting that person, bro. You're hurting multitudes of people.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, the victims' people, your people. Like my cousin, man, she hit me with the coldest dose of reality ever. She said, you're right. You be so mad that you could feel the heat coming off your letters. One day, I called her. I'm like, man, why you keep tripping? She said, fool, I didn't put the gun to your head and told you go out there and shoot nobody. You did that. How you gonna be mad about what you did? You need to think about that. When she said that, it changed everything. It's like the bright light came on, ding. And I was like, man, Kim, you're right. You have choices, bro. Just because you're on a path of destruction right now does not mean that you can't change your future or your present. Man. Even if you do make a mistake and you go to prison, don't let that define you. That's not your end game. It could actually be your beginning. Does God let you go through things? Yes, he lets you go through things. We have free will.
We got free will. That's what I was going to say, man. Yeah, that's right.
We have free will. And only thing free will is, it's your ability to make decisions, bro. Choices and decisions.
That's right. Man, I really want to thank you, man, for taking the time to sit down and discuss all these things with me. Is there any people that you want to acknowledge?
First and foremost, I want to thank God for giving us the opportunity to present this to people. I want to thank you, OG Mike D. My brother from another mother.
That's right.
I want to thank my wife, man, for staying on my butt.
For sure, man.
I want to thank our producer, Miss Brianna.
Yes.
Thank you.
For sure, man.
Thank you. Your wife for putting up with our stuff.
Right.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all, man. And God bless you again. And
we had a lot of good time, man, playing ball and stuff, for real.
We still got good time, bro. We got look, as long as the memory's alive, man, we alive, bro.
That's right.